Lead generation strategies for your small business. If you stay till the end of this video, I will show you how to run unlimited Facebook advertising for less than $3 a day. Let's do this, Lead Generation Nation. What's up, guys? It's Jason McLaughlin coming back at you with another video. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the dude online that helps small businesses generate more leads through digital strategies and a whole bunch of other stuff. I also help a whole bunch of people do digital real estate, basically create assets online that allow you to generate an income and live the life you want to live. So enough of this shit. Let's get straight into it. Lead generation strategies for small businesses, right? So chances are you're a small business owner watching this and you're totally tied up. There's all these big terms been thrown at you, right? Email marketing, Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn advertising, some fucking chatbot you don't know, you're stuck, right? So was I. So I'm going to break down the basics of what makes an effective lead generation campaign, how you can utilize it for your business, but more so what is working right now and what would be the most cost effective, right? Okay, lead generation strategies for small businesses. Let's get into it. Everything has to start with your ability to get attention as a business, right? Attention. You have to get the attention of your consumer, your ideal client, etc., etc. Now, obviously, we could go into what your ideal client is, who they are, but that's a lesson for another time. You have to have the ability to get attention. Now, this is where a lot of people, to be honest, screw up. The way they get attention is they just shove it in your face. They shove it in your face. It's like they're running around saying, hey, I do this, I do that, I do this. But the secret is no one actually cares. No one cares what you have to offer. There's a million other people offering what you offer, right? So how the hell do you get these people's attention? Well, for anyone that knows what they're doing, you need to help them. You have to help your customer, right? You have to help your customer. That is the most effective way to get attention. An example of this. Say like you are, let's say you're looking for a web design agency. You make a post wherever, I'm looking for a web design agency, and you just get hit with links. People saying, oh my gosh, I do it. Here are my prices, here are my quotes. Someone comments on that or gets back to you and says, hey, here are the 10 effective ways to find a web design agency in order to better your business and how to generate leads online. In fact, here's my free guide, manual, ebook, etc., etc. Who do you think they're going to choose? So, step one, we have to get the attention of the people, right? Once we have their attention and we've helped them, so we get attention by helping and promoting like our help to them, essentially. We have to have an offer. Now, this is also where people get a lot tied up with these fancy smancy offers and these complicated deals and upsells and shit like that. No. Have a very basic offer. Have an offer that they are hungry for. So let's say, go back to our web design example, right? That could be a free web audit, a free SEO audit. For roofing, it could be, I don't know, for roof. I'm not really a roofer, but it could be the 10 cheapest ways to do something to your roof, or something to help those business owners, the 10 most effective roofs to have for your roof. I'm really not a roofer. That was a bad example, right? But have an offer and then something these people are hungry for. So my offer, let's say, would be a website. Let's say my offer is a website, right? The way I'd help my customers would be a web audit, right? So I'm getting people in by doing a web audit, saying, hey, these are all your issues. And then I upsell a website, or I upsell website optimizations, etc., etc. And then from that, it allows me to upsell even more stuff, such as, hey, SEO, your website is totally useless if you don't have SEO to it. Cool. Once we have our offer, it comes down to conversions, right? And this is where trust comes into play. People have to trust you. Now, essentially, once you've done this attention thing and you've actually helped them, trust is relatively easy to establish. Okay. So that's the basics of lead generation, right? Now we can get into some online stuff for your business and how we use all these complicated strategies, et cetera, that you've probably been thrown at hard as a business owner. And then I'm going to be dropping how to do Facebook ads for less than $3 a day. All right, let me grab. Cool. So these are basically all the, let me make this bigger, present. These are basically majority of online tactics that you're going to be using as a business owner if you're watching this, right? So you get search engine marketing and social media marketing split into two. You have YouTube and Google for search engine marketing, right? You can do paid YouTube ads, obviously. That's more, I'd say to go, that's social media marketing, but you can also rank things in YouTube that provides very valuable insight into people. Now, there are ways to create YouTube videos. I know a lot of business owners don't want to get online or don't want to put their faces online in videos, et cetera. There are softwares that you can use in order to create these videos and get your message across pretty effectively. And they're relatively cheap. If you guys go into my Facebook group and ask me a question there, I'll answer it. I'll get you those softwares. All right. So we have Google as well. This is where things like SEO and Google AdWords come into play. So I would recommend this for service-based business, say like a plumber, a roofer, people like that. You're going to tend to void away from the social media marketing, my experience to a large extent. You want to be killing it on Google. You want to be ranking for those top terms, right? Those top terms, say like roofing, Texas. I live in South Africa. Let's say crane hire, South Africa. You want to be ranking for these top terms. That way, when people who are naturally searching your terms will come to you. That is SEO, search engine optimization, right? Now, another aspect that falls into that is Google My Business. Google My Business, when you Google, let me see if let me grab a Google My Business. So I'm going to Google web design, let's say. And this is the Google My Business. As you can see here on the map, all these little pins pop up, right? This is a very effective way of generating leads. And this is based on proximity, right? So guys, as I said, today we're just going over everything very generally. Google Ads, this is where people pay, right, to be at the top of your search results. The big issue I have with Google Ads is that their landing pages, it's very, so this one's not a bad one. We have the offer in front of us. We have a whole bunch of things. We can go into this. We have a form. It's relatively decent. However, I don't really see any social proof. So when setting up your landing pages for Google Ads, you need to have some social proof, right? Which falls back down onto your website or landing page. Now, this all applies as well to YouTube with a large degree. Say this video, for instance, right? I'm trying to push the traffic I get from this to my Facebook group or to RankGhost, where we help people with SEO and lead generation needs, etc., etc. Now, moving on to social media marketing. This is where people get very confused. And I've seen this personally where I'm more of an SEO search engine guy and people come to me for social advertising because there's not a clear distinction. Social media marketing, there's no really SEO involved in it. There's some points, but your like posts and stuff will tend to be pushed to the bottom. Whereas if you're on Google, you're constantly getting that natural traffic, right? Now, with the few algorithm updates that have happened recently with social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, and that, your posts tend to get pushed to the bottom relatively quickly. So from Facebook, we have Instagram and Facebook advertising, and the number 2 thing there would be content and engagement. You want to be building your communities there and pushing them up into your network. This works well for e-commerce brands, very well for e-commerce brands. But yeah, that's basically a very general overview, guys, on how it works, lead generation works, and the various tactics to use it. Now, as I promised you, if you've hung around with me till the end of this video, I said to you, I would show you, right? I would show you how to do Facebook advertising, unlimited Facebook advertising for less than $3 a day. So let's get into that. How do we do that, right? So we obviously got to head on over to Facebook. All right. And you're going to need some of these tools. Now, these tools I've worked out are about $3 a day or less. Okay. But they allow you to do unlimited Facebook advertising. So I'm going to show you these tools. One of these tools is called Friend Connector Pro. And what Friend Connector Pro allows you to do, it allows you to automate the friending request process and the messaging process. Well, Jay, how the hell does that help me? Let me explain. So let's head on over to my profile, right? As you can see here, my profile, you are able to see exactly what I do. I've optimized my profile in a very particular way that if I interact with anyone or I send someone a message, they naturally gonna come into my profile, look at me and be like, oh, turn your website into a salesman, grab my free tools here. I've optimized my profile like that on purpose. Now, if I'm constantly friending people and interacting and I've automated that process, people are going to be drawn to my profile and then are going to go to a link I'm pushing them to here, which is this. This is my link. Learn how to get paid for ranking websites in Google. Free website content, 10,000 free words. And in this link, right, wherever you decide to push your audience, this is where you're going to be helping them. This is where you're going to be providing free value. This is your chance to make a free impact. And this is literally totally free, guys. As I said, you only really need these tools. The link for the tools is in the description if you're keen on getting them. As I said, the one is called Friend Connector Pro, and there's a whole bunch that'll be included, right? So what you'll be like, Jay, right? That's kind of lame. We're just going around adding people. How do we actually target people? Okay, I'm glad you asked. What you want to go and do is go into Facebook groups, right? Facebook groups and find your ideal, where your customers are hanging out. So here in South Africa, we have a group called I Know a Guy. Okay. So I Know a Guy is basically a shit big group, 92,000 of people in and around the community. Now, let's say I baked cupcakes or I did, sure, I'm trying to think. I really need to come up with these examples before I do these videos. Let's say I did web design. I'd go into these groups, right? And I would look. I'm looking for someone to install a DeFi washing machine and put together a wooden table with drawers, blah, 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 blah. Let's go to another group, actually. Let's type in, so I'm doing web design, right? How do I use this for web design? Well, I can go to SEO help group. Backlinks, digital marketing. And I could literally go, and this tool, right, allows you to go into each group and steal your competitors, basically. So let's say I'm going to go into let's say rank and rent GMB domination. This is kind of my tools. And as you can see here, people have commented on this post. People have done a whole bunch of things on all these posts. What this tool allows you to do, it allows you just to target those people, right? So you would go here, say like for sale, rank and rent, lead gen, website, good niche, good results, etc., etc. So you would do this for your niche. Okay, you would go and find groups where people are hungry for your expertise. So like you're a roofer, maybe you want to connect with a plasterer, a contractor who are also getting those leads in, and reach out to them with your optimized profile. Friend Connector Pro, connect, and here, right, you can fill in a whole bunch of stuff in order to connect with them. So as you can see here, I can choose to connect with reactions, comments, or both. So people that have commented on the post or liked it, etc., etc. I can do both. The lookup interval. So you kind of want to have this at about a minute. I tend to do 3 minutes, right? And what it'll do, it'll go through the post that you've created or someone else has created, and it'll friend them and message them. And it's literally lead gen while you sleep. You can use a gender filter. You can use a country filter. You are able to, it's actually insane what you can do with this tool. You can literally set up your ad, like advertising from this for small communities. You could offer this as a service, to be honest with you, to clients, etc., etc. You can fill in here your mutual friends, and here's where it gets cool. You can actually go for keywords. So I can type in CEO. I'm only targeting the CEOs that have interacted with this post, right? Or are in this group or are in this friends list, etc., etc. And what it'll do is it goes in, friends them, and sends them a message group that you have created in the back end. Guys, so that is basically the tool in a very general sense. There is a link to it down below. Now, you're probably also wondering, Jay, well, what happens, right, when you start getting all these messages? Well, if you can see here on the side, there, I've got my messages labeled. So this is a CRM. This is a messenger CRM that once you've connected with all these people, you are able to color code them so you can quickly see who a client is, who a prospect is, who a warm lead is. Like, look here, I'm able to change this to a warm lead. Look, he's orange now. Okay. And you are able to set all of these up. Guys, that is only the tip of the iceberg. This video's got really long. If you are interested or you have questions, slide into my Facebook group. It is SEO and Google ad tips for entrepreneurs and business owners with Jason McLaughlin. Guys, I will see you soon. Much love. Cheers. Bye.